Rhyming Thomas and the Faery Queen. This modern English version of the story of Thomas the Rhymer, by Thomas Beavitt, that's me, is based on 4 15th century Middle English manuscripts that purport to be versions of the eponymous 13th century work of Thomas Learmonth, the Rhymer of Erceldoune. Rhyming Thomas and the Faery Queen is the first part of a 2-part work entitled The Bard is Not Dead, written to commemorate the bicentenary of the birth of the Russian poet Mikhail Yurievich Lermontov, and to celebrate the spiritual and possibly ancestral connection between him and his legendary Scottish namesake, Thomas the Rhymer Learmonth. It is a matter of historical record that a Scotsman known as George Learmonth sought his fortune in Russia at the beginning of the 17th century, and having presumably found it, became Yuri Lermontov, siring the dynasty of which the poet Lermontov was the most prominent scion. Thomas's origins remain shrouded in mystery, but it seems relatively certain that a minor noble of male Norman lineage by the name of Thomas Learmonth was living in Erceldoune, near the modern-day borders village of Erceldoune, at the time of the death of King Alexander III in 1286. Known as a bard at the court of Alexander, as well as at the castles of other prominent Scots, Thomas probably spoke both Anglic and Gaelic, and may have based his poetic work on the traditions of the Brythonic minstrels from nearby Strathclyde. The story of his encounter with the mythological Faery Queen, who takes him to Tir nan Og, the land of eternal youth, and on his return grants him the gift of prophecy, is one of the essential works in early Scottish literature. The figure of Thomas the Rhymer, who is equally prominent in both the Anglic and Gaelic traditions of Scotland, is associated as much with the bardic arts as with his supposed predictions of the following centuries of Scottish history, beginning with King Alexander's untimely death, and continuing through and beyond the wars of independence that followed as a consequence of his failure to produce an heir. Thus Thomas's story is relevant not just to the bicentenary of Lermontov, but also to the 800th anniversary of the Battle of Bannockburn, as well as the upcoming Scottish independence referendum.